There's been too much news about yard swimming lately. I hope the Australians don't get too upset. Oh, thanks, Kaylee. At the 2025 New South Wales State Open Championships, Kaylee McKeown blasted the fastest times in the world in the 200 back, the 100 back, and the 50 back. She posted times of 2:04.57 in the 200 backstroke, a 57.73 in the 100 backstroke, and a monstrous swim of 27.06 in that 50 back. McKeown is, of course, the defending Olympic champion in both the 100 and 200 backstrokes, and in 2023, she actually swept the 50, 100, and 200 backstrokes, so at first glance, it shouldn't be that surprising that she's swimming so fast right now. However, this is McKeown's first competition in quite a while, after she presumably spent some amount of time out of the water. Late last year, McKeown was planning on doing some short course meters racing, first at the World Cup and then at the Short Course World Championships in December. Then, in early October, McKeown decided to withdraw from the Short Course World Championships. She did remain committed to swimming at the World Cup though. McKeown swam the first day of the first World Cup stop in Shanghai. She started the day off by winning the 50 back and then later followed that up with a third place finish in the 100 IM. But then Kaylee McKeown announced that she would be withdrawing from the rest of this stop as well as the rest of the World Cup series. In an Instagram post announcing her withdrawal, she stated that this was in order to put her mental health first. After the added intensity of racing at the Olympics, especially for an athlete like McKeown that spends a bit more time in the spotlight, the need to take an extended break from that high-pressure racing is entirely understandable. In fact, Leon Marchand did something similar not that long after. He originally planned to race at both the World Cup and then Short Course Worlds. However, after the World Cup, he decided to withdraw from Short Course Worlds for a break of his own. With the abrupt timing of McKeown's withdrawal from the World Cup, as well as the reasons given, even though we don't have an exact timeline for her break after that, we can safely assume that she probably spent some amount of time out of the water and as such doesn't have that much training under her belt for this season, which all makes the fact that not only are these three world-leading times, but also the quality of these swims that much more impressive. The biggest highlight of this performance has got to be that 50 backstroke. A time of 27.06 is tied for the fifth fastest performance ever in this event. Surprisingly though, even with a swim like that, McKeown only has a slight grasp on the fastest time in the world. That's because on the same day at the Chinese Spring National Championships, Wan Litan ripped a new personal best of 27.09, which means that Wan is now also in the top 10 fastest performances ever, sitting at number 9, as well as the 4th fastest performer ever. That swim marked a huge personal best for Wan. Before that swim, the fastest time I could find recorded for her was a 27.41 from the Asian Games in 2023. McKeown swims in the 100 and 200 back are also very impressive. Even though they don't crack the top 10 performances of all time, they do both still make it into the top 25. Her time of 57.73 in the 100 back now sits at the 25th fastest performance ever and tops the world rankings by nearly a full second, ahead of Regan Smith's 58.64. McKeown's 200 back clocks in as the 18th fastest performance ever, and here she has an even bigger lead on the rest of the world, this time by almost 2 seconds exactly. It's undeniable that Kaylee McKeown has had the backstrokes on lock for quite a while now, even though Regan Smith is oftentimes right there with her, even managing to take down her world record in the 100 back, she still manages to find a way to get it done. McKeown will presumably be looking to repeat her backstroke sweep from 2023 at the 2025 World Championships this summer in Singapore, and even though they're a ways off right now, she does appear to be sitting in a really good spot to try and make that happen again. In the backstrokes, Regan Smith will always be a contender to try and take McKeown down, as these two have had some incredibly close races throughout the years, and now in the 50 back, with the emergence of Wan as a potential contender, that has the potential to be a really exciting race all around. What did you think about Kaylee McKeown's swims at this meet? Are you surprised that she's swimming so fast so soon, or is it about what you would expect from her? Let me know down below.